How big is the tarp to begin with?
I didn't see what one he took from the wrapper, but the best size is 11 by 15.
Okay.
And you can buy them at Harbor Freight. You can either buy them by email, by phone order, which is what
I think so if it gets too
or
hot.
drive to Laurel, which is where they have a store. So here you see what we start with.
Yeah, okay. That
And this is a nice one because it's fairly thick, the walls. I've gotten some that have half the thickness, but this way it's more insulation all around, the bottom, everything. And this one is the minimum size. Smaller than this really will not work.
Right.
You want to be able to make 2 windows and have a little protected space in the middle where the cold air won't hit them. 16 by 16 by 22 and a half.
That's a good size. Yeah, they had all...
Bigger is better.
Yes, right.
Bigger is always better.
Yeah, because it's going to hold a cat in it, possibly 2 cats.
Very rarely will 2 cats go in the same.
Yeah, I mean, he's bigger, but
And this is the cutting tool. And it runs about 20 bucks.
I mean, when it, some
Okay.
start eating while
And
you
it
still
heats
chew
to,
it up.
I don't know,
Yeah.
175 or 250 or something, but
you
you got to be really careful. It is only for styrofoam. You don't want it cutting on to the top or tape or fabric.
Exactly, that's exactly what
So
it
you
was.
plug
Just
it
came
in.
back, yeah.
And
One of them, I think,
here is
little
the
ebony,
rocker
just a
switch.
few white hairs.
And it is on. See, there's off, there's on. So it is on.
Beautiful.
And so I go all the way over to the wall. So I have the most room in the middle.
We're building, Joanne?
See? See how it just melts through?
Yeah. Wow.
Very rapidly. So what I do is I watch. I cut with a sawing motion, and I'm looking so that I can get as close as possible. Yeah, that'll be big enough because I want to leave about half the space because straw will go up to the bottom of the windows. Okay, I use this as a size indicator. So I go like this and put it on, and I go a little bit past where that is, so maybe there. Okay, I don't use a ruler. I do it mostly by eyeball. So now
Yep.
multiple use.
Yes. There, what do we got here? Okay, so windows first.
So there's one window, and then we will go to the far side. I want to see just where I'm cutting, so I don't want, see how I went a little bit into the styro with the cutting because I was so close, but this is thick wall, so it's okay. If it were one of the thinner ones, I would be really sure that I was further away from the edge.
Because it's the thinner, it's so brittle.
Yeah. So here we go, back and forth. Okay, and then here's my measuring tool. Just make a little dab and then follow down. They don't have to match in size, but I want to maximize the amount of protected area.
Yeah,
And if I make them too small, a fat cat might not be able to get in.
right.
And
Which-
if I make them too big, I'm taking away the protected
The
area.
warmth, yes. So balancing access with warmth.
Right, exactly. And then I always make sure I shut it off and I lay this somewhere off to cool. So that can cool. And then,
What was just talking?
I don't know. Okay, now this one has this little ridge here. It's part of the lid. Some of them don't have it or it's not accessible, but I'm going to cut that off. Just to give the cats a little more headroom on getting up. So, but I didn't want to make it bigger by going down further because I need the space to hold the straw. So I'm just going up into space that is not necessary. Once I have the windows, don't worry about this because it will be filled in, you'll see. Now I'm going to take some of this camouflage tape, which is the most expensive component. The tape is first, the next expensive is the top, followed by the straw, which is almost minimal. And I am doing this because I'm going to be laying this down on the floor and rolling it 4 times. So I don't want the top falling off because then it won't be an accurate measurement. This rips very easily. You just lay this down. I like to have my windows up and actually I try to maximize how many I can get out of a top. So what I'm going to do, and then I'll move it back. Okay, I'm going to put this almost up to the edge. So that's that. But then I'm going to move it down. So that it will cover one side and a little extra. So that is the width of the top that I'm going to need. I need that because those the pieces from once you start folding it, that will cover the sides both of them. I come over here and I make usually use the folds as guidelines,
Oh, yes.
which helps. So that's one side.
No, 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 no.
And now we will cut second side. Now I'm just going to pull this back since I can pull it out. And I see that the line gets thinner. So I'm going to, what do you mean, the crease line? See how it's not as wide here as
okay.
it is here?
So it's not completely
So that
straight.
means I gotta angle out a little more.
Oh, yeah, it's not completely straight.
It was just the way it's folded.
Folded for the package.
So that was two. See? 1, 2. Now I do it again, but I'm gonna angle out a little bit more.
Oh, the accommodate.
Accommodate that. 3. So this is the bottom. So to start covering it, I want to lay it top down. Top down. And then keep positioning it on the top. I do it at home on a bed in the desk. We want to get the parts that are going to fold down on the sides even on both sides.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly even,
Oh,
but
it's starting to fall through. Okay. That's
it shouldn't be that
terribly disparate. It's just kind of like wrapping a Christmas present.
It is, you are
Which I'm not-
wrapping a pack. You want to check always to make sure that you are easily covering the sides. Those two pieces will meet and be over. So now let's see. Pull more. I like to make it so that the seam is approximately centered, roughly centered, so that when I start folding, it folds more neatly. So now I will go back. Here we are. And again, we're going to do little pieces just to hold things in place, and then get to the, it works, stick it anywhere. So we'll do that one on the diagonal just to be different. That's just to hold our two parts together. Now we are going to, okay, so remember, this is the top. So now we have top up. I always like to confirm by feeling where the openings are, because once I didn't, and I had the top on the bottom. Not that it was a big deal, I just had to unwrap it and redo it.
I don't understand. Say that again. You always confirm that.
That the top
Oh, the
is
cooler
at
top.
the top.
Okay.
Because when I start wrapping this package,
Uh-huh.
I want to wrap from the bottom and kind of make a crease with my hand, a diagonal crease. I'm holding that. There's another side. See here,
Gotcha. Okay.
here, here, and now
Gotcha.
the last part down. This way rain will go down and not into it.
Yes, okay.
Everything has a reason.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I just stick a patch here. Just to hold. See, here's the top, here's the window of it. Now I go to the other side. Ooh, now look at this, okay? See?
Yep.
Too close. So I'm going to go back to here,
Do.
undo this, because we have more here than we need. So I'm going to push that down. Still enough there, okay. And now,
Yay.
okay, so you have to sometimes wiggle back and forth. Okay, so. And here is there's my window. I keep feeling for the windows, the doorways.
Or you could just, swing it.
Right, if you can see it. See the lid line? Have extra top, because you don't want to go patching the top. Every seam is a chance for rainfall or
Right.
snowdrops to get in. So you just make your diagonals. And there's another one. I try to cover the grommets
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that would be a
because
Over.
it's just a
vulnerability.
point. Yes, exactly. Okay, so it is now covered. Now we have to seal all seams. Eyeball, just eyeballs. Okay. So, I want to get the tape approximately, I want the seam approximately in the middle. So I lay it down, start at the center, and work my way out. Now, that is not done. You have to take your fingers and really press along the edges. So there are no areas where, like, see this right here? See that little tiny,
No.
right there? It's
Make
not
it a-
where water could conceivably go
okay.
in.
Okay.
You want to always
Got it.
press all your sides. That is, it sounds trivial, but that's an
No.
important point. Now we will do the other crisscross. start at the center, work out. Center, and work out. Now we're gonna make sure those seams are down really firmly. Okay, same deal. Now see, this one doesn't line up quite as well. This one lines up better. I may do this one as two separate halves, but
Yeah, I see.
yeah, that's okay. And see, this is the top. I feel my window. But that's good because you can see what I mean.
Right.
So this way, this one,
But it won't bridge the.
this one I'm going to do as two separate halves. Try not to have wrinkles, but sometimes I get a wrinkle and it's impossible. So I just press as much of it out as I can. You want to really push at the corners. So now we're going to do the big strip, which will go from here, but we're going to not start there. We're going to start an inch or so below it and across and down to where the seam ends and about an inch or two below it. So that's where we're going to cut a big strip, and that's where we have the most danger of the tape twisting on itself and sticking together, and it doesn't pay to try to unstick it. Just throw it out and call it a loss. Okay, need a couple more inches. Here. Yeah, that's good. Give it a little extra. Okay. Now this is where we don't want to get stuck to itself. So what I do is I have it sticky side up, and I get to right where it needs to go, and then I flip it, and I like to have it centered. Good. Good, good, good. See? See how we have got the seam well covered?
There's not one single.
Now look at this. See this space? That space is easy to see. That is not good. We have to make sure
Press.
we press down. That is a big water loop space. And don't forget, this is the bottom. Except we're going to add another bottom.
Yes.
But I still like to make sure. Now I'm going to get my scrap pieces.
Okay. I will be right.
So you're using the scrap pieces.
Scraps from others that I cut up that were not suitable size.
And then you're going to make another bottom layer
And this
based
is
on
gonna be
these.
another bottom.
Okay.
But
Then-
before I do it, I want it to stay put. I want it to stay put. So I'm going to take some tape. This one I'm going to take the cutting tool and trim to match.
Now, does it matter whether this goes all the way flush to the edge? Or are you going to put another piece like this?
If it didn't go, if it ended over here,
Mm-hmm.
that would be too much of a chance of it rocking. But within an inch, 2 inches, it won't matter.
Okay.
So see what I did? I just taped it to keep it staying put. I'm going to cover that seam and put a lot more tape at the bottom, but right now I want to just get it. This is where I've patched together 2 pieces to make the 3rd bottom. It's actually a 2nd, but the bottom that's on this already is the equivalent of 2 bottoms because the styrofoam is so thick. So, and I'm not going to go down to the a little more down, but not get into the top.
There we are. Beautiful. So you don't need to heat it all the way down.
No, you don't
Once
want it in
right.
this case because
You don't want to actually
you don't want it going touching the top. Bottom, the extra bottom, there to here, so it's well stuck. Same thing here, so it goes down. So now it is, the bottom is stuck to the whole unit, the seam is covered, and see, it won't wobble because it's not enough of a differential of where it's not covered. Ideally, if you have pieces that you can go right to the end, it's nice.
Right.
But I just grabbed 3 or 4 pieces. So now I'm going to cover the edge. See what happened? But it's only a little. It's only a little. So I
Salvage it.
can get that one out.
Woo! Good.
I don't like wasting any of this tape because it's so
Look into
expensive.
today's Parade magazine. Let's see if they left over. There's the Parade.
Okay, they're here where it projects out. Tape projects out a little bit. See here?
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do, fold down, fold over. Making these, you could get a job in a gift wrap center.
Sure could. Is that it by the fruit? Here.
Now we'll do the last 2 sides. Oh, yeah, some top cutting out the windows.
Yeah, we've got some little.
Now, are you going to put more tape here or just leave that the way it is?
That's fine.
Okay.
Don't forget we have this and it's taped and then we have a double thick bottom
Yeah.
of this. I
Water
mean,
will be.
Okay.
you could, water, you know, all these edges of the crust, you could take the tape and run it.
Medical use.
Okay.
But,
I would just think it would degrade over time.
No,
It's faster
it's New York
being on the
covers.
ground. So,
I mean, the things crawl into it,
Yeah.
ivy tendrils
Yeah.
and stuff.
so isn't it better?
So we
whatever.
probably could I just never thought of doing that, but that's good. See,
Yeah, we're all,
yeah, you constantly
it
evolve.
is, yes.
Yeah, and then
I started 2 years ago in October.
Feel that's where they are.
Oh,
The openings were made.
But that's coincidental.
So what I do is I find with my fingers, I find where the intersection is between the bottom and the top and the side. And I just take the scissors point and poke it in. So I know where to start cutting. Being careful not to poke yourself. Okay, so now I can feel my way along. So I go till I can feel that I'm at the top. There we are, I am at the top. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom. And I'm going to feel with my finger. Yep, there we are. See, so we have exposed that side, the bottom. Now we're gonna go.
Pardon the feet actually anyway.
It's okay that the top does not come right to the edge of the styro because every side here is going to be covered. One more snip.
Beautiful.
And now I'm at the top and I'm just pressing down to kind of keep that flat. Okay, now I go back to the tape. Here it is. And I'm going to make a little roof.
I like
call
that.
it a roof. So I need it to be
Awning.
a little wider. So what I do is I fold it once, twice, 2 times. You can get 2 folds. I try to spread it evenly. Okay, see how it's adhering. Now I'm going to fold this over. Okay, so that's one of the 3 pieces that's loop length as the piece that's there. So I tear off some and I see that it's right about here. Now this one is going to go right down to the bottom of the rooflet to give it more rigidity, more firmness. And then we are going to move it up and press it down and over to the top. So that way it's on a slight slant, tiny slant, and it is, rain will run off. Now I don't like to have, if it's a tiny piece I will just leave it in place, otherwise I just fold it. Okay. I don't want to have any places, I'm going to do a little patch thing here, but see how this is popping up? I don't want cat to get its paw in and get it stuck on its paw. So we'll just make a little patch there. Okay, and then it needs one more piece. So basically the awning or the rooflet takes 3 pieces, and this is the third one. We put it on at some point, not necessarily to be precise, but you want to pull it forward to ensure that it's a downward slant.
Get it.
And then you just there we are. Work your way to the back. So that's good. See, it's held down, it's held on the top. Now we do the other 3 sides that we need here. So, this one's gonna come to right about there, a little bit after the green wall. You can use all the spots and things on the camouflage tape to help you line up.
Oh, right.
Make sure all your edges tuck under, where you're, covering it and it's going inside. You don't want any loose tape that a cat can catch on.
Get stuck on.
And there. So that window's done.
Superb.
Now we do the other window. That's my start point. There she be.
Look at that. Amazing.
How long did that take?
Oh man, I don't think we
4
searched.
hours, I think.
No.
Well, we probably didn't